Hello and welcome again to another episode of Battle Ready. Ready. Where today, it is now the end of the year, especially we're recording this a little early, but as this goes up, it will be the end of the year, the last Monday of the year. And so the question becomes, what was 2025 like? Was there good? Was there bad? How did it impact the world of Age of Sigmar? How was 2025 in the Age of Sigmar?
Pretty good.
So we thought we'd talk about a couple of things we thought were awesome, and maybe one to two that we thought were
not awesome.
But we'll save that for the end. Awesome. Drake, what was awesome in 2025?
Nurgle reveal.
Ooh,
That
going
was
recent. You like the Nurgle reveal?
Yeah, recent because that's what I remember.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the model reveals, actually, Nurgle was great.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the army reveals have been really good, models-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought all of Gitmob was awesome.
Yeah.
I think all the models are cool.
Wait, that was this year?
I think that was the very beginning of this year, yeah. But, the rules weren't always up to snuff, but the models were very cool. Nurgle, a lot of the models were very cool.
Yeah.
And I like that many armies, not all, but many armies have gotten like multiple things, right?
Yeah.
In third edition, and partly it was COVID and partly it was just, laziness. But in third edition, everyone got the one single hero.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone got your stupid foot hero, and that was it. Now, a couple of armies did get a little mini refresh. Seraphon got a little mini refresh. Iron Jaws got some stuff at the end. So it wasn't as though that was all we got. But when your book came out, most armies got like a 1 foot hero. A couple got an extra thing. Like I think Sylvaneth got some bug people, and Nighthaunt got the crossbows.
Crossbows.
But in fourth edition, at least so far, this is in 2025. Let's keep it in 2025. In 2025, I feel like many armies have come out with stuff. You have Caradron. They got a new unit.
Yeah.
Right? Two new. Well, it's a dual build kit, but they got two new units. Right? The Gitmob came out. Nurgle stuff got announced.
Yeah.
There's been lots of armies that got additional stuff. And I know that's true for other armies that we don't play as well that came out. Like Khorne got some stuff. There were some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only army that didn't get anything except for a foot hero, I think the only foot hero army I can think of is Slaves to Darkness.
What'd they get?
Foot hero wizard. Yeah, I think the new wizard at the very beginning of the year. They got the huge Dark Oath expansion right at the end of third edition.
So
it's fine.
Yep.
But I think most armies got a little something. A lot of armies got their terrain piece or spells, right? So I think the releases this edition in terms of models have been really cool.
Yeah.
If I had to pick something that I think that is the standout for 2025, the thing that I thought Games Workshop really did awesome on.
Then we got Soulblight.
Sog. The Scourge of Giran.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think the Scourge of Giran has been fantastic. I love the alternate War Scrolls. I love them adding in new artifacts. And the General's Handbook itself, which I'll sort of throw in with Scourge of Giran. The General's Handbook itself, I thought was really good. Now, it might not by itself be super amazing, but I thought it had lots of really good battle plans. None of the battle plans were terrible. I don't think there's a single battle plan that I would hate to play again, which might be a first, right? Some battle plans are better than others, for sure.
That Ice Field one was so good.
Some battle plans are better than others, for sure, but I don't have any that I hate. And the Scourge of Giran, adding all that stuff for free, basically padding out the battle tomes a little bit for everybody. Yeah, I really like that. I would love to see that continue. In fact, I would love to see some of or all of the Scourge of Giran War Scrolls and artifacts and stuff just stay. And then in the next season, do it again.
My guess is next season is in action.
Oh, yeah. I mean, wherever it is. But I mean, let's have another set where they just come out. Hey, every tome, every army, here's a bunch of free stuff that you can soup up your guys with, right? You don't like the way that this unit plays? Here's a new War Scroll. You don't like these artifacts because we only gave you 3? Ridiculous. Here's 3 more.
And one's clearly better than the other 2.
Right, yeah. That's true. They give you 3 titularly, but really they give you 1.
Oh, yes, you can have a 6-up ward safe, but you're not allowed to run. You have -2 movement.
Right? Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here, people? Or it's a once per battle ability on a 3-up. So it's like, okay, in 1/3 of games, I get no artifact then? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think that that whole thing has been really, really good. I want to see what we've been given continue, and I would just give us more.
Yep.
Give us more in the next season.
More things.
More things.
More toys.
Did you have something else you wanted to call out as being awesome?
Soul Blight.
Soul Blight. What was awesome about Soul Blight?
The dragon. Big dragon.
Soul Blight was really cool because Soul Blight has a lot of war scrolls. I mean, they're pretty packed in there. They're up in at least the top third, right? Maybe higher, top quarter of armies with war scrolls. I mean, probably Stormcast, probably Gits, maybe Slaves, right?
Yeah.
But Soul Blight's up there. Nighthaunt has a lot too. I think. Well, I mean, but they're up there, right? And I think that what was really interesting is they added a bunch of cool stuff, but at the same time,
ate up a bunch of cool stuff.
They reduced stuff. You know, when Stormcast had their culling, right?
Yep.
And it's like all the Sacrosanct is out. There was a little bit of a hue and cry about it, right? I wasn't super sad, even though I had a lot of Sacrosanct, because I figured like they could either
more liberators.
Yeah, they could be proxies. The Sacrosanct could be proxies, or it's just like they weren't my favorite, right? They weren't my favorite. They weren't old, actually. That was the thing, because they were only came out in 2nd edition. They were like 6 years old.
Well, my lifespan is pretty old.
Yeah, compared to your life, for sure. They're old as to
little under half my life.
But I think that there was a little bit of a hue and cry. But then when you go to Soul Blight, they took away a model that I loved and used all the time.
The dragon on zombie.
Vampire Lord on zombie dragon. That guy just isn't in the book anymore. There is no. You can have a dragon, but you cannot have a Vampire Lord.
Unless you want to have the one stupid Crimson Keeper in.
Yeah, so you can make the hero, who has his own kit now, because before you had to sort of like paint him different and call him that guy, right? But now he's got his own kit. I think that's really cool. So I think some of the stuff that they added is really, really neat. And I like that they did it in a way that was interesting and exciting. And I didn't feel bad. Even though I lost my zombie dragon, I did end up getting the new one.
He sits in my room now.
But the old one sits in Drake's room. And they're different base sizes too.
Yeah, so they're like, you can do nothing.
Yeah, sometimes when they come out with a new model, they're like, oh, they're the same base size. Use the old ones for proxies. It's all good.
Today,
but with the zombie dragon, they're like, no, not allowed.
Like the cartoonishly large wooden hammer.
No fun allowed. You get out of here with that. But it's still, even though that's true, and even though it was a model I played, I still thought the new one was super cool. Yeah. I thought the whole Soul Blight thing was really cool. I liked their new terrain pieces, right? Rather than the stupid gravestones. Right now, you've got terrain pieces.
Although they were still lazy because Nighthaunt got.
They do share with Nighthaunt, which is a little disappointing. I think the sharing terrain pieces thing is not. It was not great, but forgivable for the orcs. Mm-hmm. But between having Nighthaunt and Soul Blight share
you can either have
pretty lazy. It's pretty lazy.
Or some roses.
Yeah, it's lazy. Yeah. It's pretty lazy.
Because at least with the Iron Jaws, it looks different than from the Cruel Boys.
Yeah, the difference between Iron Jaws and Cruel Boys
is
visually is much more noticeable than between the other two, the death ones.
And there's also a use-wise between those two.
Well, there's a use ones between those two as well, right? They are different. They have different rules. But I think that would be, anyway, Soggy would be my coolest stuff. So now we've talked about
cool things.
The models, 2 ranges in particular, plus Scourge of Garan, all of which I thought were huge hits. Really, really, really cool.
What about the not huge hits?
But yeah, not everything is a slam dunk. You don't always hit it out of the park. They can't all be bangers. All those different phrases, right? And I think there were a couple of misses. I don't want to harp on a lot of misses. In fact, we sort of already did on the fact that the shared terrain, that's sort of
done.
Done with that.
Done.
But so I don't want to harp on things, but there was one thing in the hobby that I think is sort of still, maybe lame's not the right word, but disappointing.
I'm just
Yeah, it is. It is a I'm just disappointed sort of thing. You know what that is?
disappointed.
Warhammer Plus.
Eh,
I think Warhammer Plus, every time I want it to be good, it's meh.
Well, hold on. We still need to watch the next season of Black Talon, so maybe that's going to fix it for us.
I will not. But I mean, I will watch the next season of Black Talon for sure. And hopefully by the time this goes up, we'll have seen it.
Maybe.
But I think that just the amount of stuff you get is just not, is barely worth. In fact, it's probably a little bit not worth it.
There is one thing that it adds.
What?
You can have unlimited army lists.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's nice, but the price for Warhammer Plus every month isn't really worth that, because you could just make up lists on your own, right? You don't need the app to army build. And I feel like, gosh, I mean, they did better this year because they introduced like all the little shows, like the ones where they
build a thing,
they crit bash something, or the ones where they
paint a thing,
show you how to do painting in different ways, or they have like little quiz show things. And fine, it's better than what we got before.
Yeah,
but none of that is particularly interesting to me.
I like them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're not really worth. They're not providing as much value as they should.
I don't get to talk because I'm not paying for it. So
yeah, for you, it's all good, right?
Yeah,
it's all free. Yeah, I think the animations are, and I like the 40K one animations. I mean, obviously, Age of Sigmar is my favorite, but I like the 40K ones. I mean, I like the 40K ones. They're all good. If there were more animations,
period,
I would be way more satisfied. But they're not. And they're very few and far between. There's weeks, for lots of times there's long, months long droughts when there's nothing.
Well, that's because they're busy making models, and so there are people who are busy doing that.
Well, if only. But I feel like there needs to be more. There needs to be more animations for that to be worth it, or they need to have value in other ways. We've talked before about just unlocking everything, right? If you're a Warhammer Plus subscriber, building multiple army lists is cool, I guess. But how about, instead of locking every battle tome behind
the battle tome
behind a stupid code, how about if you're a Warhammer Plus subscriber, you just get it?
Yeah.
Every army. And that would be cool anyway, because I think there's lots of, I don't know about lots, but I think there are armies, if I could look at maybe Khorne, maybe Flesh Eaters. There's a couple armies out there that if I could look at their war scrolls and really get a sense of their rules and abilities, I might be tempted to at least get a spearhead.
Although if we got Khorne, then we'd have literally every Chaos army.
Man, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. We don't need a hole in our Chaos army.
Right? We don't need a hole in our Death army. Or Grand Alliance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There might be opportunities. But because I don't have that opportunity to look at stuff, I'm way less likely to buy it.
Yeah.
For sure. But I think that adding value, whether it's in that way, or whether it's in adding more animations, or whether it's something else, adding value to Warhammer Plus, I think maybe they give you, it's like, oh, if you're a Warhammer Plus subscriber, you get 10% discount on all stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they would never do that. Right?
No, never.
But
1% discount. Maybe that's something they can accept.
But you could do something like that. Or if you're Warhammer Plus, then now you're part of a rewards program where you earn points. And if you get enough points,
get a free hero.
You could do, you could do stuff like that where you're adding value. And I think it would make me way more excited. But as it is, it's just barely clinging on. And the first couple of years, we got a unit that I really liked. Like the Mega Boss was the first year.
Yeah. Second year was Chaos Sorcerer.
The Chaos Sorcerer. And those are ones that we can actually use, right? Yeah. It's like, these are armies we play. These are things we can use in the game. And unfortunately, this most recent year, and the one before that was a Cities one.
Yeah, which there might, I don't know if there's a hero that could be used as that guy.
I think there probably is, but we don't have a Cities army. So, but it was still cool. But the most recent one was sort of like a little diorama necromancer guy. And he's not playable in the game. Because his base is so big, he can't be a necromancer. Yeah. Right? So it's like,
he can go be Chadukar.
No, I would 100% rather have him. Rather have the real model than that thing. So yeah, I think Warhammer, they really need to work on increasing the value for Warhammer Plus, because right now, even though the things that are on there are the animations at least are really interesting and fun. I like 95% of them.
5% is the Exodus.
5% is the Exodite. But other than the Exodite, they've been really fun. But there needs to be more.
Yeah.
There needs to be more. And I'm glad that they introduced more shows, but those more shows are like still that same baseline. They're not adding a ton more value for me anyway.
Again, I'm not allowed to talk.
Do you have any items that are negatives from this
Not
past
really,
year?
mainly because I've been busy. So I don't.
You've been busy?
Yes.
What a busy life you lead,
Yes.
going to school and then coming home and playing video games every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hopefully, let us know in the comments below your thoughts on this past year, 2025. What were your highlights? Were there any lowlights? Hopefully, there were few lowlights. And I think for us, there were few.
Yeah.
Right? It was definitely a really fun year. And when you compare it to last edition, like I said, with everybody only getting one hero, with multiple armies getting, pretty good sized releases.
Yeah.
This has been pretty exciting. 2025 has been a really good year for Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below your thoughts. What were your highs and lows from the last year? And then we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of Battle Ready.
Ready.
Thanks so much for watching.